And
আপনি একটু নিয়ে ওনাকে
three roads and another gentleman. I said to Mr. Basu, there should be lots and lots of lovely ladies here to receive you in Delhi with V.S. Naipaul. I think so.
Hey, Tradas. Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Very kind. I've almost inherited a rose garden, haven't I?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. It's quite incredible, I assure you. And I shall tell all the people in Australia.
It is due to him we give.
You've got a lot of people.
They are very much eager to receive from your hand.
Oh, good. Good. So you've got people.
Yes, come.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
About whom you have written in your book.
yeah.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
After the
One to each of these ladies. There you are. All the best. Report them.
Thank you.
Society. And lovely new sari for you. There we are. Now, wish you well to wear it. Wish you well to wear it. Present it to you.
না আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ওই পাশে এই আসুন মাসিমা আসুন করে নাও করে নাও দাঁড়িয়ে থাকলে কি করা জায়গাকে দিলেন নতুন আমরা লিখে দিচ্ছি এই কম্পটা দেখি
blanket. Lovely new sari for you. We're happy to get it. All the very best. Sorry, sorry. All the very best. Sorry, what? There we are, lovely new sari for you. Good. Eh?
Chicken.
Voilà. How many letters are
Take some rest and take tea.
Thank you.
Well done.
All these letters, good gracious me, that means I've got to, you have to get a second.
কোন খাবে এটা ডিনার এখানে হবে
And how long has your society been functioning? When was it?
The last 15 years.
How long has
নাকি
it
তুমি পাশে আসো
Becoming difficult to provide amenities to the people. Municipal amenities.
সদাল
There's so many
আচ্ছা না ঠিক আছে আমি এই জিনিস হ্যাঁ এবার কিন্তু তুমি
need
এখানে
assistance. Not there. The young man. I'll bet you can help him. Ready to meet you. There's no doubt, if you watch him, he'll guide you right. You're very good man. Still studying? Still studying?
Yes, he's still studying. I sing it.
Take care of him, he'll take care of you.
Hey, you know English?
You say,
I didn't go.
and they are British parents. I was brought up in Australia and say very, I believe that everyone,
You are the name.
but I think India is a very, very great country, isn't it? It really is surprising, really. Maybe it's gone a bit too far, I don't know. Because discipline is very important, isn't it?
What is your opinion about discipline in political? First thing is in 1952, and now 2002. What is the difference between 1952 and
How do you feel? Whether there has been any change for the better?
1,000 times since last Tuesday. I feel here one of the great needs is respect for the pedestrian, respect for the person in the street who may never own a motor car. They may never own a motor car. Many won't even ride in a bus. But I don't think anyone has got any entitlement to run you down. And I tell you what, unless you're keeping your eyes and ears about you,
এত
they'll
ছাড়
run over you. I don't think
তুই
you
আসার ইচ্ছে মানে
I think you ought to have,
ইনভাইট করার কিছু আছে
that'd be my first priority.
দেখি আমার
A
বিয়ে হচ্ছে
fair
ছেলে
go for all pedestrians. But again, pedestrians have got to watch where they go. But I think you use your river a lot more. You don't use your river. It's a wonderful river. I used to row up
আজকে
the river.
কজন আছে
The Calcutta Rowing Club, I used to row up to Barrypore every year.
খেলা হবে
We used to row up.
আছে তো না পাপাটি দরকার
But I think it's a wonderful,
ওদের নাম নিয়ে যাও তুমি নিয়ে যাও
enormous
নামটা
river.
লিখে দিই নিয়ে যাও
But you could say number 5 or some 5 or 6. Well, they are. Is this from this young lady? I'm going to present her with it. That's for you. You have it. Will you have it? Beautiful. There you are. You had to exercise madly, morning and night. And I think we did. But we never had, women were a bit taboo. and so we had to get rid of the O somehow, you know. But I know. But I know very well, you I think it should be politics. It should be management. It shouldn't be management as it was managing the people. And I think that people have got to have a big say. I would like with your newspapers, I've always said it, ask for suggestions from the public.
দার্জিলিং গাইডমার্কটা দেখেছেন? দার্জিলিং গাইডমার্কটা দেখেছেন?
I mean, you have a small committee, and that should, so some of your politicians would read it too. And think about some of these wonderful things that can happen. All of these things are all possible. It doesn't need a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of money. I haven't got a lot of money, and here I am sitting with all you gentlemen tonight. And I've been 14 times to India.
Put your autograph and Mr. Sachin Mohan Sarkar.
Or in the car.
How is your pen? Oh. No.
Great memory.
And then on any person in my life, by and father.
मैं डिस्कस थी ना
হ্যাঁ এই ঠিক আছে এটা চিফ মিনিস্টার দপ্তর থেকে জেরক্স করা বলে তাকে বললাম চারটা জেরক্স করে দিন
যে ছবি আছে ক্যালকাটা মোটা না হবে স্যার
প্লিজ পুট ইউর অটোগ্রাফ ফ্রম মিস্টার সরকার চ্যাটার্জি আপনারা এটা সেভে করতে হবে এটা সেভে করতে হবে কোনটা এদিকে আয় এই যে লেখাটা না এটা সেভে করতে হবে এই যে দেখা যাচ্ছে এটা আরো 10 টাকা রাখ ভারতের ছবি নিয়ে আয়
Are you saying that most of many people are suffering hardship? Because you're spiritual people. It really is, because I'm going to write to a lot of your billionaires in America in the high tech. You know, many of those billionaires in high tech, you know one? Well, I knew him personally, and I was very good. And when I came to Vidhya this time, I expected to see him. And when I mentioned to someone, they said, "Oh, he died." And I said, "Oh, no," because he was the one who fought for it, you see. And I do think that somehow or other you've got to. Oh, I hope. I would like that book also to get to these Americans, and I think that the publishers have got that in mind. And I'm going to write to about 8 or 10 of your billionaire IT blokes in America. And there are some very good fellas amongst them. But what would you do with $1 billion? Eh? I mean, I reckon 5 lakhs would get me through for the rest of my life. Well, why do you want, you know, billions of US dollars? And I think those fellows, I couldn't do a lot for India, and I believe really do it in a particular way. I don't think, I'm not very much in favour of handouts. I think, you see, I like Mother Teresa very much, and I've met her a number of times. And she said, don't give people fish, teach them how to fish. And that's the important thing. You know, if you give them fish, they've got fish for a meal. But if you teach them how to fish, they can fish every day of the week, every week of the year for the next 100 years. And it's this sort of training.
Who says throughout world in
Life of
nation, life of Baha'u'llah.
When did you live here?
Oh, he born on at Iran.
Mr. Martin, we would like to know two things from you.
Good.
We would like to know two things from you. One is this.
Well,
Whether did you have any opportunity or occasion to meet our ex-Chief Minister, Jati Bolu, who had been the Chief Minister
Several times.
for a longer period than any other Chief Minister of other states? Did you have any occasion? Mr. Jati Bolu?
Jody was going to launch my previous book. Say Mushtaq Murshid. You know Mushtaq Murshid? IIS in the government bureaucracy. Great friend of mine. And he was in Writers Building years ago and in central government in Delhi. And he arranged for Jody to get my book and to launch it. And then it was an emergency meeting. And Jody said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. But that's what happens. I was going to meet birthday wishes.
Hello.
I was
Also you take it.
Hello.
I said, did you meet the present CM, Buddhadev Bhattacharya?
Today.
I'm going to meet him this afternoon. I was going to meet him this afternoon.
Another thing is this. One Afghanistan, what is your reaction and impression about it?
What's this, 11th September?
And World Trade Organization attacked by terrorists and the consequence swoop over Afghanistan.
Oh, you mean this American thing?
Yes,
11th September?
yes, yes.
I've been to the top of that building, but because I won't be going up the top of the hill, will I? It's not there. My son, one of my sons had to be staying with me that night. And he woke me.
The do justify for America's brutal attack on Afghanistan.
Fantastic. In one respect, it should be a huge awakening of the Western world. I can't agree with a lot that Mr. Bush is doing.
Yes, right.
I don't think he understands your culture and he doesn't know. From whom?
Delhi Calvary, Safdar town. Near to Safdar town. He wrote a letter for me.
New Delhi.
Delhi. মানে আমার খুব বন্ধু লোক আর কি, একেবারে
Dear friend, Martin Bhakti Mandir Kalibari from Kali Temple of Delhi. Dear friend, I am too much pleased that you published a book about India in the name of India. At a glance I see your book and
Send us 5 packs or something.
Oh my God.
and features from my younger brother, Swapan Basu. I am very glad for your
And I think it sums it up very, very well. I think that sums it up very well.
for the country. I am very much glad for your
Feel as I feel, see? And to be decent.
for our country.
I think
ওটা হওয়া
this
উচিত
is what I want, decency from everyone. And to help everyone.
Being chief priest
The opportunity
of
comes.
Kalibari, New
See,
Delhi,
this is what
I have to tell you, pray your prosperity
One of my clever
and dignity.
sons
And
has been reading this, and he's sending me emails. And he said it was a good thing that you put this last chapter because he said it could inspire lots of people. So I hope it does. But there's some of the philosophy there is the pattern for life and treating other people in a very nice way.
A religious man has prayed for your prosperity, dignity and activity.
One of the things that like me more than anything is not to make money. Any royalties that I get from this, I've already pinpointed various excellent Calcutta charities. But you must remember, the only people who make money out of books are the publishers. Because you see, the writer only gets a very tiny bit, and he only gets it out for a couple of years. So if you're still alive, you might get the royalty. But when somebody does pay me some royalties, it is, and it always has been. You see, yesterday I was at Ashnigatan at Tonga Road, which is for the mentally handicapped, and it's a French society. And they're my dear friends, Theo and Francois.
Hey, did you ever think of it?
Not really. A lot of people in my country, friends of mine, say, why are you spending so
আপনাদের
much
ছজনকে আগে ছেড়ে দেবো তারপরে মাস্টারমাইন্ডরা
They said, oh, you know,
তিনজন
I think,
एक चावल के दाना का ऊपर में नाम लिखा हुआ है
हम देखा है
देखा है ना he wrote a name in মানে মানে হ্যাঁ বাই রাইস নয় মানে a particular of a rice he wrote a name
what is this supposed to do?
it is for
Feeds the fish.
mix the fish মানে change
India. How many states you visited? How many states of India you visited? All the states of India. Huh? Each and every state.
Well, we're 28 now, but there used to only be 25, but I've been in many of them, but not all of them.
Many of them.
For instance, I've never been in Rajasthan. I've been in Punjab and Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. You know, Orissa, Bihar. But I find that I was invited, see, for instance, I went to see Mr. J.I.D. Tata and he said to me, now, I want you to go to Jamshedpur, you see, and 2 weeks. And I went everywhere. All over. And then I saw him and he sent me to Pune and then he said Saurashtra. But you learn more all the time. But even when I worked here, I used to travel all over the place because I wanted to see the country. But I love geography. I take pictures of New Zealand and China. And when I sit at just to visit, I didn't stay in five-star
Yeah. You visited. Which one you like most?
Well, all these cities are different, you know. I've just been in Delhi for many years.
They depend from one another.
I think very much in Madras it's because confined, too constricted. They should have gone across the
Too much
mainland.
commercial.
আমাকে ঘিরে ধরেছিল আজকে সব রিপোর্টাররা মুখ্যমন্ত্রী করতে হবে প্লিজ টেক ডিনার
I think I better go back to town. What's the town? I think I've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped.
Almost like that.
কাম হ্যাঁ
So they realised that I come on.
What do you mean?
ভীষণ ভয় লাগে আপনি কি না করেন আমি কিছু বুঝতে পারি না।
ওনারে কোথায় বসাবে?
ওইখানে ফ্রি বসুন, আপনি পাশে বসুন,
এখানে বসে।
হাত ধরে নেবেন তো?
হ্যাঁ, হাত দিয়ে।
হ্যাঁ।
সরদা ওইটা ঢুকে যান।
In fact, I was up at 6 o'clock this morning and I wrote 8 letters to the various people and posted them. Used to be a lot of it. But I find if I'm writing a book, I might write all day. Anyway, when I lived in Calcutta, I used to always read from 10 until 11 p.m. and get up at 6 o'clock, run around the race course,
হ্যাঁ আমি বলছি যদি ক্লাস থাকে তাহলে আমার আপত্তি নেই।
swim,
আমি ওই একটু
Back home.
আমার সাথে খাওয়া দাওয়া দেরি করছিলাম, তবে তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ করে দিয়েছি। বলতে পারবো না সব
have
দেরি।
shower, shave, breakfast, and in the office.
আরে তো আপনার যে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল মোহনবাগানের খেলায় তো রাস্তায় জাম ছিল। ইস্ট বেঙ্গল হেরে যেটুকু বললাম, কারণ মোহনবাগানের ফ্ল্যাগ নিয়ে সব নাচানাচি করছে।
ও তাইলে দেখবি না, হারার কথা লুজিং গেট ইজ নেভার।
You ready for the road? I think. What's that? Somebody said let there be light.
3:30
Just now.
আপনি 3:30 তে ওঠেন না?
হ্যাঁ
ওই he does not believe it.
Why?
what for some what
No, his mind's very active. I don't mind getting up at 6 o'clock, because I like that, you know. And I don't like, I don't keep late nights. Now I like to
Don't do any morning walk?
sleep at 10 o'clock.
Morning walk?
The morning run.
আমার পাশে একটা
I do, I get in a few miles every week, but not every day now. But I
Not
do
regular.
a fair bit. But not with these.
Things.
Walking on these pavements and everything with shoes. It's very hard.
চেয়ারম্যানটা নিয়ে যান, একটা কাগজ আবেন, এই কাগজটা লিখে দাও, প্রদীপ চক্রবর্তী চেয়ারম্যান বারাসাত মিউনিসিপ্যালিটি।
$2 a copy.
আর লাগে আশাদী ওয়েলফেয়ার সোসাইটি,
How's that?
আশাদী ওয়েলফেয়ার সোসাইটি।
Copy with the names.
100 US dollars পয়সা হয় এটাকে।
ঠিক আছে।
Good thing that I filled this pen before I came. There it is.
Take your coffee, please.
Everything properly. So when you get up in the morning, in all the visits I've made to India, I always know what I'm going to do. And when you get up in the morning, I write the whole thing, write the program for the day. And in Calcutta, say, particularly, and I walk just about everywhere. Where's my secretary?
David William Martin's first overseas posting introduced him to India,
What is that?
based in Calcutta. After seeing,
Kamal.
after
Kamal
serving
there,
nearly 10 years
Sydney.
there, his work took him to Singapore, Burma, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. Mr. Martin's extensive travel throughout the world drew his attention.
গাড়ি তো আছে, শুধু ফাঁকা রাস্তা নেই। Let's take your coffee. After
Take coffee first.
take coffee first. Take that.
When you started to copy these at the writer's building, I didn't think you had this in mind.
The evil of being eminent. Or the same.
এই রকম সুন্দর ওই জেরক্স করতে ভাইপোকে পাঠিয়েছিলাম রসেডিকের জন্য দেখে গেলো
রাখে লিখে দিই এই যে বলতে কাজ করুন দেবো লিখে দিন
ওকে
এক্স বি হল এক্স
যা দাদাকে দেখে নিয়ে একটা 3 বাই 4
I know.
আউ
আর লিখবে
I have run out of ink.
এই উপরে
Sure.
লিখে বুঝদা এই উপরে
Fair enough.
নেই নেই I am Mr. Basu, A Mr. Gupta.
बाबू को साइन करो अब लिखे ना तो
Calm down.
I thought that was done.
He is wanting an autograph. He is my son, he is wanting your autograph.
I remember. So,
চার বউকে কাজ এখানে সবাই আগে করতে চলে যাবে সরলরা আছে Hey,
you accept me? I'm sad about this. Thank you.
হয়ে গেছে
Fine.
All of them are very excellent cook.
Very much. All the others say very well.
আর একটা কপি মেয়েদের জন্য পাঠাম আর একটা ও তো হয়ে গেল আর নেই তো আপনাকে দিয়েছে মানে সব হয়ে গেল স্কুলের ফটো যান চলে যান
পান করে নিয়ে আসলাম
গালা গালাচ্ছি এই গণ
থাকলে আমি যাও খেয়ে খাবো যাও খেয়ে খাবো
চা খালি পান খাওয়া লাগে মুক্ত হবে আমি ওই পানিটা বানাই নিয়ে এসে দিই থ্যাংক ইউ
Must come again.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ
And wherever you come, you must visit my name. Parting is such a sweet song. Thanks for it.
একটা কপি আছে তো পাঠিয়ে দেবে আমার জন্য 8 কপি পাঠাবে একটা সিগনেচারে একটা এমআইসি পিডব্লিউডি একটা এমএস পিডব্লিউডি কাউকে বাদ দেবে
দুটোর সঙ্গে যখন দুটো হচ্ছে
আমি ফার্স্টে প্রথম আমি তো 11টায় ঢুকেছি রাইটে তো তোমাকে দেওয়া দরকার না কি বলছো